have a vision, even if you don't have a map, you find ways. You explore new ways that is nobody else has explored so far.
Welcome to the Buzz Hive, brought to you by the University of Manchester, Dubai, here at Studio 108, where real stories from real people inspire real impact. Today's guest has built an extraordinary career defined by vision, leadership, and transformation. From commanding ships as a master mariner to leading global businesses across maritime, real estate, technology, and strategic investments. He has consistently demonstrated that great leaders don't simply navigate change, they create opportunities from it. Recognized by Forbes Middle East as one of the region's most impactful real estate leaders, he is an entrepreneur, investor, award-winning best-selling author, recipient of multiple international knighthoods, and a sought-after global speaker on leadership, sustainability, and entrepreneurship. He is a distinguished MBA alumnus of Alliance Manchester Business School, the University of Manchester. It is our pleasure to welcome Captain Dr. Pradeep Singh. Captain, very good morning, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Manchester has been always very close to my heart because that is the first business education I did.
Captain, I want to ask you, before we talk about business and leadership, who is Captain Pradeep Singh beyond the titles and achievements?
At heart, I'm a seafarer, and that's where I start my life from. And seafarers are generally very simple people. And sea teaches us the trust, teamwork, resilience, and above all, humility. Those are the ethos I can never forget. And beyond profession and business, personally, I'm a son, a husband, a father, a friend, who understand that relationships are the biggest investment.
Now, let's talk about the University of Manchester has produced great leaders across the world. Looking back, sir, how did your experience there shape your thinking on leadership, global business, and creating long-term value?
See, when I joined Manchester, I explored quite a few universities. And in fact, before coming to Manchester, I was already a master of chefs. I had done multiple businesses. I was leading in corporates. So I was not looking really for just a degree. I was looking at a different way of thinking. And I'm seeing in the cup, original thinking applied. In fact, this always remained imprinted. Can be ideas. A lot of people have ideas. But applying those ideas changes the world. Manchester is the one which is kind of reignited my curiosity.
That's a powerful reflection, Captain. Thank you for that. Now, let's talk about something that's really close to your heart, okay? Your career began at sea as a master mariner. What lessons from the ocean have stayed with you in business?
I use a very strong term for ocean. I call it a leadership academy. What you learn at sea, nobody else can teach you. Basically, because you go out very young and you're on your own. Early responsibility, teamwork, you have limited means, you need to manage within that, you learn resilience, emergency response. So, all those things always shaped my personality. Whatever I could do little in my life is basically because of this industry I come from.
It's a valuable lesson that applies far beyond the sea. Thank you for that, Captain. What enduring leadership principles have enabled you to build resilient organizations, embrace change, and create long-term value across each of them?
All these industry looks very similar to me.
Mhm.
I find a problem, we find a solution, and then we reinforce it. And that is why I wrote a book on the asset play. If you ask me, shipping and real estate are very, very relatable industries. Both are asset heavy, both are exciting. Most importantly, if you buy at right time and sell at right time, there can be no other industry which can create so much of value. Both the industry help you in bringing in young leaders, talking to different industries. But having said that, I'm not only restricted to these two industries. I went on to technology, to investment, and a lot of different things because, again, I'm a very curious person. I don't shy away in taking risk and exploring something new. I have written in one of my book, No Map, Just Vision, is that if you have a vision, even if you don't have a map, you find ways. And in fact, sometimes you explore new ways that is nobody else has explored so far. I failed multiple times. Every one successful business always have multiple failures, and that is why a lot of time, I talk to people and I kind of love to sit down and explain to them. I don't have a golden goose. I don't have future control. So I also learn from failures. And that is why I want to share the lessons with people that people don't make those mistakes. One. Second thing is, even if they fail, they don't get disheartened. They know this is part of entrepreneurship.
Captain, now you mentioned about books. You've written best-selling books, including No Map, Just Vision, and The Asset Play. Both of your books have become Amazon's bestsellers. But I'm very curious now, Captain, what inspired you to become an author, apart from everything that you have decided to do before?
One thing also again I learned out at sea, because a leader need to take care of all his people. When you are captain of a ship, you are running a multi-million dollar business. Actually, ships are maybe 100 million worth, cargo maybe even more than 100 million worth. So you have a responsibility of multi 100 million worth of assets. So when you have that, it's not that only you are the most smartest person and then you can run a ship. No, you need a smart team. You need a team which is working together. And so you share your knowledge, you share your experience, you talk to people, prepare them. We always say that you don't prepare for a storm when you're in a storm. You prepare well in advance. And that is what we call it resilience today. We doing exactly same thing in business. So from those time I've been sharing my knowledge and experience. But how many people you can meet? So I thought of writing books and sharing experiences. When I wrote my first book, that was No Map, Just Vision. That not only success, I wrote about failures, emotional issues. So every successful man may have lot of things underlying, which a new entrepreneur has to understand. That is not a very rosy word, right? Second book I wrote because rent and the freight don't make you rich. Asset play does. And from there, I took the word the asset play. What I did is because I'm a chartered accountant, I understand a lot of seafarers who manage multi million assets are not trained in finance. Similarly, when we run business, we have professionals. A lot of them are not from finance background. So, what I tried to put the financial theory in very simple way and compare the shipping and the real estate.
I want to ask you, Captain, what's one skill they should start developing today to prepare for tomorrow's opportunities?
First thing I would say they're at right place because they're in Manchester.
Uh-huh.
But don't stop your learning here. Okay. The Manchester degree may open a door, but your courage, your competence, and your character will open every door after that. I always say that job is a school where you're paid to learn. So don't forget learning when you stop school. Keep learning because the world we are in today is changing very, very fast with the AI, robotics, sustainability, things happening. What is relevant today may not remain valid tomorrow. So you need to keep learning, keep exploring, keep your curiosity alive.
Thank you for that, Captain. I have one more question, but before that, I want to put you to a challenge, sir, if that's okay with you. What we're going to do, Captain, is you're going to give me an answer to whatever you pick here as one of the challenge accepted cards. So the question is, the challenge I accept today is to support blank.
The first thing comes to my mind is entrepreneurship. So anybody looking at new idea, you want to discuss anything, I'm always open. And I'm very, very supportive of all the alma mater I have from and all the alumni. So anybody who's looking at doing something where I can be of help. Any advice, any suggestion, please feel free.
What's one way you want to make a difference this year?
I'm the person who always look at opportunities, and I never try when there are conflict, there are challenges. I always say that you have to see opportunity where other people see problems. As far as business is concerned, we are looking at both our businesses, Karma Developers. We are doing a lot of development. We are looking at sustainability as a big thing because we are trying to make green buildings. We are trying to educate people. The kind of damage we have done to the environment in last 50 years is not done in previous 5,000 years. So we have to focus.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Captain, now I have my one question. As your journey continues to evolve from master mariner to entrepreneur, investor, author, mentor, what legacy do you hope to leave behind and how would you like future generations to remember Captain Pradeep Singh?
I'm still work in progress. I feel it's too early for legacy. But the one thing I firmly believe is not what you leave behind for people, is what you leave within them. So one example I'll give that I always say, don't save a lot of food for the kids. Tell them how to hunt. If they know how to hunt, they don't need your food. I want to empower my own kids, all the kids around, young entrepreneurs, seafarer, to become successful in all forms of life. I think that is what the biggest legacy to my name can be.
That's incredible, Captain. Give me goosebumps. Thank you for that. Now, here in the Buzz Hive, Captain, I'm going to put you to another challenge. We call this Quick Talk at 10, where I quickly give you 10 questions, and you have to answer as quick as possible.
Rapid fire, huh?
All right, yeah, it is going to be a rapid one. All right, Captain, you ready? This is Quick Talk at 10 with Captain Pradeep Singh. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Sea or skyscraper?
I will always go for C.
Morning meetings or evening brainstorming?
Evening brainstorm.
Okay. One country you could visit again and again?
I love Dubai,
Okay.
but I think Italy is the one country.
If you had a free weekend with no meetings, how would you spend it?
I will just lie around, read something, watch.
Best advice you receive?
I'm a very young entrepreneur, so in fact, I always know I'm a disruptor. I don't listen too much.
That's somewhat good advice. Okay. What's one belief that has guided every major decision you've made?
See, I always believe that there is somebody out there. I am always a me. So understand your purpose and do your best.
Your MBA journey in one word.
Amazing.
Best book to recommend apart from these three books we have here for people to read, sir.
I think one book I always recommend every entrepreneur is Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Success is.
Happiness.
Captain, before we conclude this incredible interview from all of us here at the University of Manchester, we want to give you the official Mandy the Bear 20 years anniversary bear for you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us at the Buzz Hive here at Studio 108. Today's conversations remind us that every voice has the power to inspire change, and every story bring us stronger together. My name is Joseph Anyola, and from all of us here at the University of Manchester, Dubai, remember to always to be that change. Until then, masalama everyone. Sir, thank you very much again. Appreciate that.